Good morning, class 4 student. I am your science teacher and this is the part 4 video for the chapter 2 adaptations, how plants survive. This would be the last part for this chapter. Till the last video we have seen the different plants like terrestrial plants and aquatic plants, and we have also studied the adaptations of the terrestrial and aquatic plants. In this video, we'll see some other kinds of plants and we'll also study about their features and adaptation. So let's start with the video part 4. First of all, there are the plants with thorns or spines, like you would have seen this rose plant. Yes, you are quite familiar with this plant. Most of you must be having it at your home also. So this rose plant, you would have also seen these spines or thorns in the with the plant, okay, in the stem of this plant. So these spines, they protect these plants from the herbivores. The herbivores are what? These are the animals which feed on only grass or green plants, and especially on the small plants like roses. Okay, so they prevent these spines, they prevent the herbivores to eat these plants, because these spines may hurt the animals when they attack or try to eat the rose plant. Okay, so this is the most popular plant, rose plant, that has the spines. There are other plants also, like this is the tobacco plant. It also has the spines or the thorns in the stem of the plant. So these spines may discourage the herbivores from eating them. Some plants also release the poisonous chemicals or have the foul smell, like tobacco or milkweed. Okay, so milkweed is another kind of small plant which has the spine or thorns and also release some poisonous chemical and give the foul smell when they get attacked by the animals. Okay, now let's see the other plants with poison. So you can see these plants. This is the poisonous ivy. So this is a plant which contains poison. This keeps animals away from them. Correct? If the animals would eat this poisonous ivy, they can get harm from the poison of the plant. So, and also if we touch the poisonous ivy, our skin starts itching. So you can see this is the poisonous ivy plant. It is a climber kind of plant which is rolling up on the other tree. Okay, let's see the other plants. The other plants are the insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants means the plants that eat the insect, like you can see in this picture. This is the Venus flytrap. So it has, the Venus flytrap has these kind of lobes in the leaves. They have leaves also and these lobes also, and these lobes contain a lot of hair. Okay, it has the opening in between and contain these kind of hairs, you can see. Correct? So whenever any animal or any insect gets inside this opening and sits for a while there, in a second these hairs close and the Venus flytrap traps the insect inside. Okay, understood? That these are the insectivorous plants, the plants that eat the insects. Some plants like Venus flytrap, sundew, and the pitcher plant are carnivore plants. They eat the insects, so they are called the insectivorous plants. they have the special leaves to trap the insects. Like this Venus flytrap has the long hairs along the edges of the leaves to catch the insects. When anything comes near their hair such that it is enough to band them, what happens when any insect comes towards them and touches them and bends their leaf and all, so these two lobes of the leaves, they get shut and hence trap the thing which has come inside the opening. The trap will shut in less than a second. Also, sometimes some stone can get inside, or which is useless, this which cannot be digested and cannot be eaten by the plant. In that case, the plant again reopen these lobes, these hairs again reopen, and they spit out the stones. And if they are the insect, it will be eaten by the Venus flytrap. I hope you have understood about the Venus flytrap. Let's see the other insectivorous plant, that is the pitcher plant. The pitcher plant leaves are in the form of the pitcher with a lid. So you can see there is a lid, and any insect when gets inside this pitcher, this lid closes. Okay, and hence they trap the insects inside. In the pitcher plant, leaves are in the form of the pitcher with a lid. When an insect sits in the pitcher, lid shuts down to trap the insect. So this is a pitcher plant. Then is the sundew. The sundews are the fly paper. This is the picture of the sundew. You can see it has hairs on the leaves or the and there the hair also contains some gland that is glistering. Okay, these are at the tips of these hairs are glistering. When the sun falls or the sunlight falls on these glands, what happens? They start glittering, and hence these are called as the sundew plants. Okay, so these glands or the glittering things, these glands attract the insects, and whenever any insect come closer to the hair of the sundew plant, what happens? They start rolling up and close their leaves to eat the insects. Understood? Sundews are the fly paper plants that trap prey in sticky hairs on their leaves. The glands produce nectar to attract the prey. So these are kind of the nectar, the honey, to which the insects get attracted. And once the insect come closer to the leaves or the plant, it get coiled up around the insect and smoother it or eat it. Okay, so this is the sundew plant. Now let's move ahead with the another types of plant, that are the non-green plants. Some plants like the coral root and Indian pipe do not have chlorophyll. So you can see these plants, this is the coral root and this is the Indian pipe. This white color plant is the Indian pipe plant. Okay, so these two are not having any kind of chlorophyll. You can see that these are not of the green color, it is of the white color and it is something reddish color. The coral root is reddish in color. So they do not have any chlorophyll and cannot prepare the food by the process of photosynthesis, and hence it is not green in color also, and so it is called as the non-green plants. Correct? They cannot prepare their food through photosynthesis, so they absorb their food from the remains of dead plants and animals. So they are also called as the saprophytic plants. The plants that make their food through the dead remains of the plants and animals are called as the saprophytic plants. And coral root and Indian pipe are the saprophytic plants only. In case of the coral roots, their underground stem take the food from the soil fungi. Okay, they take their food from the soil, but you have to remember that their stem only takes the or prepares the food and not the roots, because root go inside the soil, but the some of the stem is also inside the soil, and hence it prepares or gets the food in the form of the dead animals from the dead remains of the plants and animals. And the Indian pipe is a parasitic plant that survives by borrowing the nutrients from certain fungi, trees, and decaying plant matters. Okay, so this again takes food from the dead remains of the other plants and animals, and these Indian pipe can grow in the dense forest. Okay, in the densest forest also these Indian pipe can grow. So I hope you have understood about the non-green plants. Now let's see the hard words of the chapter. The first word is adaptation, process of developing special features to adjust according to the surroundings is called as adaptation. Then are the terrestrial plants. The plants that grow on the land are terrestrial plants. Aquatic plants. Plants that grow in water are aquatic plants. Deserts. Hot and dry places like Thar desert. I have shown you the picture also. So hot and dry places are deserts. Cactus plants grow in this area. Swamp, water-logged places or the marshy places are called as the swamps or marshy regions. So mangrove plant grow in the marshy regions. Then are the insectivorous plants, plants that eat the insects like Venus flytrap, sundew, and the pitcher plant. Saprophytic plants, the plants that absorb their food from the remains of dead plants and animals like the coral roots and Indian pipe. So these are the hard words of the chapter. Here we complete the chapter number 2. We'll start with the chapter 3 in next video. Thank you for now. And please do your assignment questions for today. How thorns of the rose plant protect them? Question number 2. Name some poisonous plants. Question 3. Define the terms with examples. The first term is saprophytic plants. Second term is insectivorous plants. And then you have to identify the plants shown in the following pictures and also tell their adaptation features. Okay, please do your assignment. Thank you for now. We'll start with the new chapter in the new video.